And welcome back to the channel. On this video I'm going to be riding the King Bull Hunter 2.0 as you see it right there. And on this video I want to talk about 60 and over age-wise riding e-bikes. And yes, you can do it. I myself am 60 years old and I ride an e-bike, and so can you. And I'm going to get on here and we're going to talk about it. And I want to get onto this road here. I'm just going to throttle for a moment until I get past this intersection, then I'm going to pedal. And I want to tilt my camera up a bit more. And the reason why I'm throttling only to get through the intersection is because I think that's the safest way to do it if you're riding an e-bike. That's one of the reasons why I think having this throttle, it's a twist throttle on this bike, is a good thing to have. There's times when you need to use it. I would always pick a bike that's at least class 2 for that reason. I'd want a throttle on there. But we'll get through the intersection, then I want to talk about riding at age 60 and over, and why I think most of us can do it. I've had riders who watch videos on my channel here who are in their 70s and 80s. I think the oldest, if I remember, was 85. Alright, now I'm going to pedal. I'm going to change the assist level. I don't want it on 5, I want it on 2. So, like I say, I think just about anyone that has some mobility at all, I think you can ride an e-bike. And there's so much good to riding. I mean, it's fun, it gets you out in the outdoors, and it gives you some feeling of independence. You're not having to just watch somebody else ride a bike, you can do it too. And if you can't pedal or very much, that's why another reason why I think the throttle is good. You want to have a throttle. I would highly recommend getting a bike that has a throttle. I wouldn't pick a class 1. The other thing I would suggest is I would choose to get a step over bike, or a step through bike I should say. This one's a step over, and it's a little bit hard to get your leg up and over, especially if I've got a backpack right now on the rack there, and it makes it hard to throw your leg over. Because I'm one of those ones that brings my leg over from the back of the bike, swing my leg around, you know, and it makes it harder because you got to lift your leg higher. A snake on the road. And so some of the things I would look for, if you're, first of all, if you're a 60 or over rider, I salute you. That's awesome. But for those who are not riders but want to be, you can be. First thing I would suggest is getting a bike that's right for you and what you're wanting to do. For me, I'm pretty much riding road, so bike lanes or roads like this. So I like the commuter style bike. For me, and I like one that goes, I like the class 3, at least 28 miles an hour. Doesn't mean you're going to ride, like in this ride here you're seeing me on now. I'm not going to go 28 miles an hour, but I am going to go in the 14-15 miles per hour range, which I'm doing right now. In pedal assist 2, I'm in highest gear. I'm in 7th gear on the Shimano shifter. And just a nice, easy, relaxing ride here at 14 miles an hour. It's perfect. You can bump it up though and go faster if you want to. This bike is a class 3 bike, so you can go close to around 28 miles an hour. But I'm pretty comfortable with this. Every bike has its own, for me, a comfort level, and this one for me seems to be 2 for pedal assist level. But if I'm going a longer distance and I want to go a little bit faster, I'm out on the road in the bike lane, I would probably bump it up to 3, but in this area 2 is good enough. I use the throttle to get me going because the bikes are heavier. This bike is 70 pounds. And so even if you have balancing issues, like I say though, you want to step through. And I would highly recommend, I know some riders don't like this, they want to be able to stretch their legs, but gee, I would recommend being able to put my feet flat on the ground, so if you have to make a stop, you're not having trouble balancing and trying to find the ground and have yourself fall. You don't want to have that happen. Nobody wants to fall, so I would suggest putting having your feet at the very least be able to touch your toes on the road or on the ground, so that you have some form of balance when you come to a stop. For those that have balance issues and can't balance a two-wheeler, there's always a trike. That's a good option as well. I've ridden a few trikes. They're different. They take some getting used to if you're used to riding a two-wheeler, but they will give you that balance with the 2 wheels in the back, and you also get a nice, usually anyway, or you have the option to get a carrying basket, which is pretty cool as well. Be able to carry something, be it groceries or whatever you want to carry. But and like I say, I would recommend getting a bike with a throttle. You can get a class 1 without a throttle, but I would suggest, because you could be a little ways from home and kind of want a break from pedaling, or you could be you could get like a leg cramp or something like that and unable to pedal. It's always nice to have that throttle option there. And for times like right now, as I'm at an intersection here, a stop, I throttle to get me going. And then once the bike gets going, it's easier to pedal. From a start, if you start trying to pedal, it's hard to get the bike going for a few seconds. So that's why I like the throttle, and I think that's a good idea for you as well. And I've got the bike seat on this bike down to where, as you can see, my feet are flat on the road. So I have control. I love to have control. I'm not, yeah, you might feel a little bit more confined in your pedaling a little bit, but you know what? I don't mind that. I'd rather have that and know that I can put my feet flat down when I'm coming to a stop, especially if you have added weight. Say you've got this rack on this bike has a cargo weight, the weight limit for the cargo rack, I'm trying to get it all out, is 150 pounds. So can you imagine having like 100 pounds on the back and you're trying to balance yourself and that 100 pounds when you come to a stop? So that's why I think having your feet flat, or at least be able to touch the ground with both feet. You don't want to do that, tipping the bike to one side or the other and touching one foot down. I think you want to have both at least touching the ground, even if it's only your toes, at least something, to have some form of stability there. But yeah, there's no limit to how old you can be to ride. In fact, a lot of riders I know a lot of viewers on my channel are 55 and over. Most of the viewers, a good chunk of them. And I think the number one in the statistics the last month is those 65 and over. So there's a lot of interest there, and if you're not out yet on a bike riding, go for it. And I'll guarantee you, if you haven't been on a bike in several years and the last one you were on was a traditional, wait till you get on an electric bike. You're going to say, why didn't I do this a long time ago? They're a lot of fun, and it gets you out into the fresh air, and you see things on a bike too that you don't see, you know, in a car. So you get a different perspective, which is awesome. And you can go on trails, and if you're in an area where there's other folks riding, you can do a little group ride with some of your local folks there that may have e-bikes. So yeah, it's definitely a good community and a good thing to get into, I would say. So I highly recommend it. If you haven't tried an e-bike yet, get out there and try it. Guaranteed. I have not heard one person yet say, I didn't like it. Every single person says they love it. And once you get out there once, you're going to want to go again and again, and you're going to be hooked. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, thank you very much. Just hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified as to when the next video comes up on the channel, just hit that notification bell. And if you want to comment on this or any other videos, maybe give your story on your experiences with your e-bike, let us know in the comments below. And I am going to leave a link for this bike in the description. You'll see it there. King Bull Hunter 2.0. This bike is currently on sale for $999, $700 off the MSRP. So you want a good bike, class 3, this is it. Check it out. I'll leave the link in the description. Once again, thank you for joining me on this video. Until next time, be safe everyone, and keep your wheels on the road. See you later.